On your left, left, right, left! Send the word along the line tonight. Hear the drums begin to roll. Voices rising, hearts igniting, freedom calling every soul.
Also, well, I'm back again. What I wanted to do, and I'm just going to take a few minutes here just to say something. Yeah, it's going to be a doozer, ain't it? Well, with the way everything's going, these communists sit there and keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. You ever notice that a lot of them don't even have a very good education, and they got shaky backgrounds and all this, and they ain't very smart, and kind of reminds you of rabid dogs. It's about the size of it. It reminds you of rabid dogs. You know, and, well, I look at it this way. Now, if them bozos, I'm being polite here. I don't allow foul language, to come out of my mouth. But one thing I can say, those bozos, if they can run for office, like for governor and all this, and even some of them for president, well, I think I'd like to take a go at it. I might not be the brightest nut in the tree, but I tell you what, I got a little bit more common sense than they do, and I'm sure a lot of you who are watching's got more common sense than those bozos. And I'll say this, and even these people, some of them ain't even American citizens, and they get to run for office. Well, if they can run for office and all that, even though I don't live in New York or any of those states, Illinois and California and all them places, I don't live in there. Of course, I wouldn't want to live in California anyway. We all know why. Why anyone with common sense wouldn't want to live there the way it is right now. But anyway, I'd like to maybe take a go at running for governor of New York. And I hate big cities, but see, I'd lay all that aside, make sure it can clean house. But I'd like to go further than that, maybe run for president. And I tell you one thing, as president, if I was elected, Mom Donnie would be arrested and deported. And there would be a lot of those radical Muslims there in New York would be arrested and deported to the country of origin. And those who converted over here, if they're radical, they get themselves deported too. I don't care if they got something that says that they're an American citizen. The way I look at it, they don't earn that right. They don't have the right to be an American citizen. They hate America. I would see to it that no one that is a communist and socialist, which isn't really the same thing, can be in office. They can't run for office. They can make it illegal for them to even try to go into schools to teach. And any in the schools, they get their butts arrested for crimes against minors, and not to mention crimes of destroying minds. Well, is that a crime? Well, what they doing it sure is. If not, we ought to make it one. But you know what I mean, generally. I mean, in other words, clean house. And also see that the U.S. is well protected, and they ain't fixed it. I mean, no way that any illegals can try to cross the borders. One thing, they need to have not just the walls, but they need to have mines with signs stating that it's a minefield. They cross, well, it's on them. They try crossing anyway. But have the borders protected. And any of these drug dealers, they get caught, ain't gonna be no slap on the wrist. Those who are pushing the drugs, the drug pushers, they get a fair trial. When they found guilty, if they're guilty, there ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it that they would be executed. You know what I mean? And anyone who is caught committing an act of treason, same thing. You know, I believe in being fair with people, but I think it's more fair to protect people, especially the young people, from that kind of elements, criminal elements. Communism, socialism, whichever you want to call it, it's the same thing, but it's still a crime. And, because see, if you let those kind of criminals loose, they would there'd be all kinds of executions. And a lot of people thrown in prison, all because they believe in freedom. They believe in the red, white, and blue America. Now, as far as foreign wars go, I still believe that we should be America first, but think of it also this way. If you get rid of the elements, or stop the elements from outside to getting in, or that is a possible threat to anybody, especially this country, that should be handled appropriately and swiftly. You know, if you let a criminal free to do what he wants, what happens? There's no justice anymore when you let them go. And see, elections, it goes to show you what a lot of these criminal elements have done and got in and messed with the elections. And they like it that way. But I just wanted to share, again, some thoughts. If I run for president or governor of New York or wherever, will you vote for me? Because, see, yeah, I know that there would probably be slim chance to none that I could even be elected, but I'd like to throw my hat in the ring too. You know what I mean, chili beans? I may be old, but I ain't stupid. All I am is an old man who just sits there and sees the way things are. See it, I see it like it is. And I'm sure a lot of you are the same. I think a lot of us ought to put our hats in the ring who want to see America free of the criminal elements. Are you with me on that? Think about it. Something to think about, right? Alright. So you take care, be blessed, and I will catch you another time. Sorry for flapping my gums for so long. Could you see me up behind the podium giving a speech? Well, the one thing I would do is just give you, the way it is, straight up and forward. You don't have to like me. But the question is whether I could do the job or not, see? Same for you. But the thing is, maybe if a lot of us start throwing our hats in the ring, we could make it a little bit harder for those commies, huh? Think about it. Gotta put them in their place. Because this is America. This is not a communist country. And our forefathers would be turning in their graves if they could see the way it's turned out now. But I think that if we can hold them off for a while, that would be a good thing, right? So let's give it a shot. Why not, huh? Alright, you take care, be blessed, and be safe. Watch your six out there, okay? Alright, I'll catch you later. I love y'all, and I hope.
Since freedom's fire first carried this nation on, we watched the fireworks light the summer sky.